G'day, Kenny Mayne here again. Lesson number 9 this time. Yep, 9. Okay, so you should have been doing the chord chart, or not the chord chart, but the chords in G. So you should be able to play them quite efficiently by now. And so I'm just going to roll over to the chord chart so we can come back to what we did last time. And this is the chord chart here. Now once again, you got G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, B7, G, A7 and D. And as I explained, the first, the fourth, the fifth of the G scale. The relative minor is the E minor, the first, the fourth and the fifth of the E minor. And here, if we're in the key of D, it'd be D, G and A7. So, and that's your relative minor down there, just so you can understand how all that works. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just run quickly through it again. So, and when you practice it, I'll get them come back to me. I want you to strum one chord at a time to start with. As I told you before, we should be able to go G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, B7, G, D, A7 and back to D. Sorry, I made a boo-boo there, but I'll do it again for you. G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, B7, G, A7, D and back to G. And you get it so you can play it like that. Then you got to play a rhythm to it. So you go G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, G, A7, D and back to G. Okay, when you can do that, that's quite good, and you can play that quite efficiently. And listen to it, just hum a tune to it, and then after a while you get the hang of what it is. And what it is, we're going to do a song now. I've got a song that's a homegrown song. Anyway, it's a bit of a country song. I'm going to get Johnny to help me out on this one. He's going to play a little bit of backing on another guitar for us. And I'll turn the page, and I'll just swap the page over for you. Hold a second. Okay, we'll get him to swap over to our, get a cameraman Johnny to come over to our song. Now the song's called Long Time Gone, and we're going to start the verse 1, then we go to a chorus, then I go to a middle, and then I go back to the chorus and I finish. I haven't written the whole song because it's just too long, so but if you want the whole song, you can download the whole song when we get our website up. So there's a couple of more verses to the song, but I've put the middle in. And what I've done with the middle, once again you got the G, B7, E minor, G, C, E, A7, D, G, B7, E minor, G, C, G and A7 and D. And what it is, it breaks the song up to give the song a bit more character, okay? Alright, I'm going to do the song now, and I'm going to get Johnny to set up his guitar, and so I'll pick mine up for a start and he'll swing back to me. Okay, now while Johnny's picking up his guitar, I'm going to tell you about the introduction. The introduction is G, C, G, D7, G. So we do a bar of each on that, and then we go into the song. We don't expect you to play along straight off, but practice it once we get a hang of it. Alright, here it goes. Set out from a day long ago to be a star. Grab my swag and my old hat and the crew in my guitar. Sang at every local pub to all the country folk. Worst thing I remember was that I was always broke. Been a long time gone, been a long time gone. I don't know where I'm going to or where I'm coming from. Been a long time gone, been a long That's it. Then we do, there's a couple more verses as I say, so get the hang of the song, put your own idiosyncrasies to it if you like that big word, and then so you get your own flavour. It's called developing a style, and you only got to listen to Neil Diamond or Bob Dylan or a few of them, and they all have their own style, you know what I mean? They good, bad or indifferent. It's a style, and what it is, it's your own unique thing that you got, and that gets you the song. Okay, we're going to move on to another song now. Now, I'm trying to get you to play and sing songs because it's all part of it. So now we're going to do another song. This song is called This Is Our Home. I haven't swapped to it yet, but we will. And it's about, well, it's about being an Aussie, you know what I mean? And what it is, it's all about standing on Australian soil. That's all it's about. Okay, so I'm going to give you the whole song, but the second and third verse, what I've done, I've crossed all the chords out. And what I want you to do is, when you get the song and you learn the song, you learn the first verse and the chorus, then you've got to work out where the chords go for the second verse and the third verse. But it's not that hard because you'll be able to work it out mathematically if you can't work it out with your ear. So, yeah, we're going to go to the next song, and the next song's called This Is Our Home. Hold a second, I'll go over to it. Okay, this is the song here, and once again, as I say, it's called This Is Our Home. I haven't written what keys it's in, but it starts in C and finishes in C, so we know it's in the key of C. We're using the first, the fourth and the fifth of the scale, so C, F and G7. They're the only chords in the song. The song doesn't have a middle, it's just a simple ochre song, or country song if you like to call it. I'm going to do the song for you, hopefully with no mistakes. Then when you get the hang of it, you can sing along too, okay? Alright, here we go. So, and I'm going to get Johnny to help us out on this one too, if he would. Okay, and when you read the words, you might say it's the first Monday in February. Well, we thought it'd be a good day to have Australia Day because everyone would be celebrating Australia Day for the same reason, and the reason being, we're in Australia. What better reason than that, eh? Okay, so that's what the song's about. Here we go. And I just do a rhythm and just launch into it, so, alright, as it goes. It's the first Monday in February. That's a day we learn to carry in our hearts and on our backs. Well, we're not the ones for a looking back. It's the spirit of Australia. Yes, it's our national day. So put your feet up and say g'day. We're all Aussies and we're proud to say this is our home, Australia. Let's show the world we're standing tall. We can compete and beat them all. We come from the land of the kangaroo. We're all Aussies and we're true blue. We're the spirit of Australia. Yes, it's our national day. So put your feet up and say g'day. We're all Aussies and we're proud to say this is our home, Australia. Multicultural, that's what we are. We all been brushed with the same polygon. Red, yellow, green and black. We're all Aussies and that's a fact. We're the spirit of Australia. Yes, it's our national day. So put your feet up and say g'day. We're all Aussies and we're proud to say this is our home, Australia. Once again I cracked up, Johnny. Mate, what can I say? Okay, but anyway, that's the song. You'll get the hang of it, and you can sort of do it with a bit of gusto or whatever how you like it. Or you can do it as a ballad if you care to. But anyway, so it's in the key of C, getting back to what we're doing. It's in the key of C. Once again, we use the 3 chords C, F and G7. And as you can see, when we did it on the sheet, there was no chords in the second and third verse. I want you to work them out. So, alright, we're going to do one more thing before we go, and that's going to go up to a chord chart, okay? So, I'm just going to go back and I'll swap it over, so I've got to swap over to back to the chord chart. Okay, go back to the chord chart. Pick up my pointer. Alright, this is the chord chart. Now, it's a chord chart progression. Once again, now if you look at it, it really covers all the chords we've done, but we do have a new chord here, and that is C7, and we've got an A chord. They're 2 new chords, but down here it says, I introduced the D chord a bit earlier, so we've got these 2 new chords, but we'll talk about them in a minute. But if you look, the first 6 chords are in the key of C, the second 6 chords are in the key of G. Then we know we did the E and the A7 we've already done, the D, the D7, the G, and we have the A chord and the C7 chord back to the F. Okay, all these chords are they're done in order, so they're correctly written, if you know what I mean. So one chord links to the other, but there is a mistake amongst them, and there's one chord there that, say, from here to here sounds alright, but when it goes from here to here it sounds crook. So there's one chord there that's off. So I'm not going to tell you which chord it is. I want you to listen and find out, and in a couple of more lessons I'll tell you which chord is out of place. But it's only out of place when you come to here, then when you go from here to here it's in tune again. So it's only out of place a little bit, okay? Alright, so now we have here, we have the A chord. Now with the A chord, once again I want you to place your first finger over 2 strings and put your second finger on the second string. And if you look at the A7 chord above it, it's just missing the little finger. So if you took that little finger out, it'd be the same chord. And then if you look up here, the A minor chord above it, you can see how we get an A minor by flattening the 3rd note of the chord. So that gives us, because this is in an A scale, a C is usually sharp, but they bring it back to a natural note. So that gives us how the 3 chords work. Your major, your minor thing. And also on this, we have 3 sorts of chords. We have what we call a power chord. Now a major chord is if the Sheila across the road's been smiling at you, and then you find out through the grapevine that she likes you a bit. So then you go over with this sense of power that you know you're going to win because you've heard through the grapevine she likes you. So you walk in with a bit of strength, if you know what I mean. Or maybe a bloke you're after, I don't know. But anyway, and then the next part is the minor chord. Now if we want to make you sad in a movie, we play a lot of minor chords. And the minor chords here give a sad sort of sound. And then now if you want to be happy, they use 7th chords. 7th chords have a happy sound about them. So we've got power, sad and happy. Okay, so they're the 3 chords in this, and there's only the 3 types of chords. If you know how to play all these chords proficiently, you could play 10,000 songs if you knew how to remember all the words. It's as simple as that, okay? So now you say, why are you bringing in another chord chart? Well, if you look here, I've changed the C chord. I've now introduced 4 fingers on the C chord, and I'm making a 6-string chord, and I'll put the 3rd finger up on the 6th string, and I'll put the 4th finger on the 5th string. That little cluster there becomes the most important cluster of your guitar. Okay, that's the most used cluster there. So then, once again on the F chord, if you look at the F chord, I've done the same again. Now, if you look at the C chord and the F chord, all it is 1 string down. So, with the first finger covering 2 notes. But when I went to the D minor, I no longer left that 4th finger there. I take it off. So now you've got a proper D minor. Okay, that's the actual D minor I want you to play. But I still want you to leave those first finger covering the first two strings, alright? So that gives you the D minor. Now we go down to the A7, which I explained. You play that there, and you put the little finger there. First finger covers two notes, and the second finger on the second string. On the C7, this is our new chord too. It's a normal C chord that we've already know, but you just place your little finger on the third string to give you the seventh chord, okay? So that's it. So now, once again, there's 20 chords to the sheet. Strum them once, like so. You just strum them through once, and when you get to the bottom, go start again. You should be able to play this chord chart through 3 times in 1 minute. If you can do it 3 times in a minute, then you're doing alright. You can play it, you know the chords. But it's no good, once again, playing this chord and not knowing the name. You must know the name that relates to the shape. Okay? Alright, I'm going to run quickly through the chord, and then we're just about run out of time for this lesson. So I'm going to run through the chord chart with you. Okay. So here we go, and once again, as you can see, I've got that little cluster there with my third finger up on the 6th string now, like so. And if I do the D minor, this little finger hangs loose. It's my third finger doesn't touch the note. Alright, here we go. So we've got C, A minor, F, D minor, E7, G7, G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, B7, E, A7, D, D7, G, A, C7 and F. And back to C. I'll do it once again. C, A minor, F, D minor, E7, G7, G, E minor, C, A minor, D7, B7, E, A7, D, D7, G, A, C7, F, and back to C. And when you can do that, then you start to play rhythms. You might sort of say, well, I want to do a different rhythm. You might go. Or you might just want to do a sort of a different rhythm, like all sorts of things. Anyway, you can make up your own. Now, one thing before I go, yeah, practice. Okay, on that happy note, we'll catch you on the next lesson. Hooroo!